Hi, welcome to Biology 104. This is Joanne Flazier. I'm your instructor online as well as Tuesday and Thursday evenings for the laboratory section. We'll be meeting in room 245 from 5 to 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, I have lab hours from 4:30 to 5 each Tuesday and Thursday evening in room 245 as well. In this course, we'll be looking at biology through the biome lens. We'll be looking at all the living things as well as the non-living things in these biomes and how they relate and interrelate. Your textbook for this class is the Biology Concepts and Applications, the 8th edition, publishing date 2011 by Starr, Evers, and Starr. You can buy the book in its entirety or sections of the book, chapters from the book in the bookstore, or you can purchase e-chapters directly from the publisher, Thomson, Brooks & Cole. You will also need to purchase the Laboratory Manual for General Biology, the 5th edition, publishing date 2012, and that's by Perry, Morton, and Perry. There are supplemental pages that you can obtain on Blackboard. Simply look to the left on Blackboard where it says Laboratories. Open that up and you'll find the laboratories listed week by week. If there's anything that you need to print off, it'll be located there. Look to your schedule, and your schedule will tell you that you have things that need to be printed off. If you are a biology major or a visual learner, I would suggest you purchase the Photographic Atlas for Biology. It's by Van de Graaff and Colley, and it's an excellent book. It has great pictures, great illustrations that you'll find beneficial. As far as online access, please make sure you can come on campus or you have internet access at home, and I recommend a high-speed connection because the lectures are given in podcast form. So you're going to need some kind of PowerPoint viewer, Microsoft Word, or some free internet software. One program is called OpenOffice. You'll need a media player of some type. QuickTime works well. Some of the videos like this one are YouTube format, so you will need some type of high-speed internet access. You've paid a $14 course fee, and that covers field trips and a variety of additional items that you get in this class. The objectives are listed on Blackboard in a separate file, and I further break those objectives down by exam and hand those out at the beginning of each new unit on Blackboard so that you can begin your study promptly for the exam. Here's how you're going to earn your grade for this class. 50% of your grade will come from 4 exams plus the final comprehensive exam. Each of those exams are worth 75 points for a total of 400 points. There are a variety of assignments that we'll go through in a little bit. And then there are the labs, and the labs are worth 25% as well. So assignments are worth 25%, labs are worth 25% or 200 points each section for a total of 800 points. Your exams for this class are given in the testing center, and you'll need to make an appointment with the testing center to take those exams. The dates are listed here that you may take them, and we'll talk more about that on the first evening of lab, but I just wanted you to be aware that you will be responsible for making your appointment to take those exams in the testing center. As far as attendance and absences, you need to be in lab. It's really important that you're there. In fact, each time you're absent, you'll receive a 10-point deduction from your lab grade. Accept a valid excuse and proof, and you need to contact me prior to that absence. Now, only one lab can be made up except for the following labs. The lab practicals cannot be made up. The photosynthesis lab cannot be made up. The respiration lab and the soil lab cannot be made up. They're labor intensive, so your attendance is mandatory at those labs. Important thing, prior to coming to lab, please read the lab manual, including the worksheet pages that pertain to that week's topic, so that you understand what you have to accomplish in that time. Because even though it seems like a long amount of time, 2 hours, it really isn't. It goes very quickly, and there's a lot of information crammed into a very short amount of time. So please come prepared. Also, really important that you understand this. Your pre-lab questions need to be done prior to you arriving in lab, because as soon as you walk in the door, I'm going to ask that you hand those to me. I will grade them while you're working on other things in lab and get those back to you. Additionally, there will be a quiz in lab every week, and it's worth 5 points. And that quiz can be about a pre-lab, a post-lab, a dissection, or any other assignment that you've had to do during or between labs. So really be prepared. Make sure your lab worksheets are filled out neatly and completely. If I can't read it, I can't give you points for it. All post-lab questions are going to be due the Tuesday after you've done the preceding week's labs. So for instance, you're going to be coming to lab this Tuesday and Thursday. Your post labs from both of those days will be due the next time we meet. So make sure that you're ready to have those handed in when you walk in the door. I will hand those back to you within a week of your turning them in. We will have a dune field trip at the end of September. So if you are physically unable to walk on the dunes, please let me know as soon as possible so that I can give you an alternative dune laboratory. Also, dress appropriately. It can be 90 degrees or it can be 50 degrees and raining. So make sure that you're ready for a hike, because it is indeed a hike. There will be 2 lab practicals given. Those are middle of the semester and at the end of the semester. And those cannot be made up, and those how you do that is you're going from station to station during a timed period, and you can't go back to any other station. You just go from one station to the next in order. If you need to withdraw, you must initiate that action, and please see your handbook, otherwise an E will be given at the end of the semester. As far as studying goes, it's going to be about 2 to 3 hours of study time for each hour in class. I will tell you that your best way to do well on this is to make sure you attend the labs, that you listen to the lectures, that you read the text, and that you answer the objective questions. I make the test from those objective questions. So you might want to make note cards. You might want to listen to the lecture recordings that are available to you. One method that works really well and has worked really well for my students in the past is that you study together. This class is small. I believe we have 10 or 11 students this semester, so please make sure that you get together at a time that's mutually agreeable and start studying early. If you need other assistance, if it's a computer issue, here's the number for you to call, or the connection, or the link for their web address. We have access in the lab to computers with learning programs on them. Please bring your own headset for audio listening. Oftentimes there will be time during lab where I'll ask you to listen to a certain section online. If you need extra exam review sessions, please ask and I can arrange those. If you have special learning needs, here's the number for Janice Alexander and a link for her. There is free tutoring available. I really strongly suggest you get in contact with the tutoring center right away. because I find that tutoring helps everyone. If you struggle with writing, because there are a few papers that are due for this class, please contact the Writing Center. Also, there a document called Student's Guide to Distance Education at MCC, which is available online, is important for you, especially if this is the first online class you've taken. Behavior. We treat each other as the adults that we are. We're respectful. We can respectfully disagree with one another, but just common courtesy is what I ask of you. Cheating is not tolerated here. Plagiarism is defined as the use of another's words or ideas without acknowledgement. If you need help in documenting your work, please ask and I will help you with that. There are other issues here that you can read through. Dispute resolution process. Please see me if you have a problem. We can get anything taken care of if we talk. Trust me. Okay. This is how you're going to earn your grade. Now, the very first thing that we need to look at is the fact that there are 200 points available for this section I'm going to talk about. So these are the assignments. First thing you need to do is cut out newspaper articles that have to do with science. 5 points possible for this assignment. It is required and it's due on 8/30. So August 30th. You need to turn that in. See where it says submit to Safe Assign? You don't have to do that. Where is their office? What you need to do is make an appointment with me before October 1st so that we can talk about other assignments that you're responsible for down here. So I need to meet with you or your group if you choose to do some of these things as a group before October 1st. So you can make that appointment right away this first Tuesday that we meet. Online, there's a learning styles exam that's worth 10 points. It is required and it's due by September 20th. Again, not a safe assignment document. There will be weekly reading questions. Those are critical thinking questions. 12 of those of 14 are required. And there were 60 points total, 5 points a week. Every second lecture day, so Wednesday or Thursday of the week, they'll be due on Wednesday evening. You'll be required to submit to me online your answer to those questions. And those are not to be submitted through Safe Assign. Additionally, you're required to attend a local environmental meeting, and that will be worth 50 points. And that's going to be due in lab either the 12th or the 4th of December. I'm sorry, the 3rd or the 4th of December. It also needs to be submitted to me online, a summary of what you did online through Safe Assign. Now, so those are the required assignments, all of those. Now, in this next section, you choose one of these. Either you're going to write a paper on an edible plant, fungi, or algae. That'll be worth 35 points. You choose this assignment or the next one, not both, and it will be due 10/18. And this needs to be turned in, this paper, through Safe Assign by October 16th at midnight. Or you can choose to do website research on genetic engineering in plants, and that'll be worth 35 points. Again, it's optional. One or the other is required, but not both. This will be due 11/21 in class. You need to turn it into Safe Assign by November 19th, by midnight. So you choose one from this section, and then you're going to choose one from this next section. You either do a presentation on one of the topics that we cover in class. It's worth 35 points. and the dates are variable. What I do is your due date will be at the time when we are talking about that particular topic. So you're going to do a PowerPoint presentation and a variety of other pieces that are given with that same assignment, and you'll turn that into Safe Assign. Or you can do a creativity piece, and I'll show you those in class. We've had sculptures, we've had drawings, we've had games, a variety of things. Again, we're 35 points. You do one or the other, not both. So you either do a presentation or a creativity piece. Those dates are variable again, depending on when we present them in class. That's when they're due. The summary of what you did will be due to Safe Assign as well. So from this whole section, you're going to earn 200 points. All of these up here in the required section are indeed required. In the choose one section, you pick one. This choose one section, you pick one of these for a total of 200 points. And this is where we keep track of what you did and what you're going to do. So when I meet with you or your group, I'm going to know if you're going to do the edible plant, fungi, or algae assignment or the genetic engineering assignment. I'll say yes or no, or you'll write yes or no, and then we'll agree on a due date. And then we'll also decide which one of these you're going to do, the presentation or the creativity, yes or no, and the due date and your topic. So this is how you earn your assignment 200 points. Now, the newspaper article. So going back to these required assignments, the newspaper article. What you're going to do here is you're going to bring 2 newspaper articles. One that includes an ecological science information piece and one that includes non-science information. So for full points, you have to have titles of the articles on the board with your initials before the beginning of lecture on August 30th. And you will need to submit those to me in class on August 30th, not on the bulletin board. Submit those to me personally. Additionally, where your professor's office is, my office is actually going to be the laboratory. You're going to meet with me, either you by yourself or your group of not more than 3 people, and sign up. You're going to bring your syllabus and any questions that you might have over the course and the assignment that you're going to do, and we'll meet together, and that will be worth 5 points. Learning styles, here's the website. You'll take your learning styles test. That's due September 20th. You're going to print off your results page and bring it to me in lab. Weekly reading questions are worth 60 points. They're due on the second lecture day of the week, so they'll be due Wednesday evening. And each assignment is going to be worth 5 points, of which of the 14, you must complete 12 of those assignments. You'll be submitting those to Blackboard according to the following dates. So here are the dates for those assignments. Just like on the schedule, you'll be looking at the second set of dates, the Tuesday, Thursday dates. Now, where can you find these critical thinking questions? They're in your textbook. So critical thinking question number 1 is due the 6th of September. It's on page 21 of your textbook, and it's critical thinking question 3 and 4. During the second week, you're going to explain biomagnification of mercury within an aquatic food chain. That's critical thinking 2 on page 721. So what you'll find are the page numbers, the questions that you're asked to answer, and just the general topic description. Not all of them come from the book. Like in week number 5, explain how a dune ecosystem is unique among ecosystems. So those they're not always questions from the book. Sometimes you'll just have to have a discussion or construct a diagram, like here a generalized fungi life cycle or a concept map. So a variety of things that are due, but you need to select 12 of these to earn your points for the critical thinking questions. Local environmental meeting, we'll have a list of those. What you need to do is attend a meeting, write a one-page description of the group's mission, a summary of the meeting and its relevance to you, get a signature from the director of the meeting, and then turn that in APA format through SafeAssign by December 2nd, and then you're going to need to turn in a hard copy on your lab on December 4th. If you choose to do the edible plant, fungi, or algae paper, there is a rubric for turning in that paper. You're going to type a 1 or 2 page paper on an edible, non-agricultural organism, algae, plant, or fungi that you'd find here in Michigan. Make sure you cite your sources and make sure they're scientific sources, not wikis. You can include pictures, but if you do include pictures, make sure you give proper citation to those pictures. Those need to be submitted to SafeAssign by October 16th at midnight, and you need to turn in a hard copy to me on October 18th. If you choose to do the plant genetic engineering paper, again, that's worth 35 points, and you'll need to see your rubric for more information on how that will be graded. Please only use scientific research sites, not general magazines or wikis. Print off the first page of the website and make sure it has the website address identified, and then a one-page typed description of the research, how it's useful to society, and your opinion on the matter. Use APA format, submit it to SafeAssign by November 19th at midnight, and turn it into me on November 20th in lab, a hard copy. Presentations, these are 10 minutes roughly in length, and you can do them with or without a partner. They need to be scheduled early so that they're given during the same week that we're talking about that topic. You will be asked to give me a copy of your PowerPoint slides and any copies that you're going to give to your peers. Your peers will evaluate you as well. You need to submit your papers to SafeAssign so that they can be checked on there, and then we'll look at due dates as we go along. If you decide to do the creative alternative assignment, you can do a skit, a song. I've had lots of models, painting, videos, a variety of things. So we'll talk about those when I meet with you before October 1st, and we'll coordinate those due dates. If you need help with the APA format, here are some sites that you can use. So that concludes the brief tour of your syllabus. If you have additional questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Give me an email. I'll see you on Tuesday. If you have any other questions, please write them down and ask them when I see you. Can't wait to get started.